Myself, Professor Pawar VK from Department of Geography, J.A.T Art, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon. On behalf of this video presentation, I welcome you all.
In modern agriculture, biodiversity is used as a source of new crop material for breeding improved varieties and new biodegradable pesticides. Our agricultural scientists even now make use of existing wild species of plants that are closely related to our crops plants for developing new hardy strains because wild relatives usually pose better tolerance and hardiness. For example, rice grown in Asia is protected from diseases by genes received from a wild rice species Oriazo mivara from India. Now, second is medicinal value. Many wild plants have evolved chemical defense mechanism by developing highly specific toxins which, if deliberated in right way, in right dose or altered chemically, can be used to check disease causing agents or even cancer. Many of these chemicals are derived from plants that had been used in the traditional medicines. The bark of cinchona tree was used to cure malaria by Peruvians, and this led to the discovery and use of quinine in anti-malarial treatment. The pharmaceutical industries largely depend on various plant species furnishing natural products input. Currently, 25% of all prescription drugs are derived from mere 120 species of plants or rare chemically altered versions of plant products, and more than 50% of them are modeled on natural compounds. About 12 prescription drugs are derived from higher plants. Some of these natural medicinal products, their source and uses are listed as. Some of the natural medicinal products can be discussed as aspirin, which source is willow bark and used as anti-inflammatory. Morphine, whose source is opium poppy fruit and used as analgesic. Cotinine, whose source is opium poppy fruit relieving from cough. Quinine, whose source is cinchona bark and used as anti-malarial drug. Atropine, source is Atropa belladonna and uses to dilute pupil of eye. Digitalin, whose source is Digitalis purpurea, uses heart stimulant. Reserpine, source is Rauwolfia serpentina and used against hypertension. Then diosgenin, source is Mexican yarn, that is Dioscorea, and its use is birth control drug. Cortisone, its source is Mexican yam and used as anti-inflammatory drug. Allostonin, its source is bluely larva and uses wound healer. Bee venom, source is bees and uses arthritis relief. Strychnine, source is sponge, used in leukemia cure. Vinblastine, source is Vinca rosea and uses as an anti-cancer drug. Vincristin, source is Vinca rosa again and its use is anti-cancer drug. Then Taxol, source is Taxus influvia and Taxus bacoto and used as anti-cancer drug. Ephedrine, Ephidia, used against asthma. Penicillin, source is Penicillium, that is a fungus, and the use is as an antibiotic. Terramycin, source is Streptomyces rhomosus, that's a bacteria and used as an antibiotic. Bacitracin, source is Bacillus subtilis. It's a bacteria, and the use is as an antibiotic. And chlorella algae, and its use is as an antibiotic. So this is a brief list of natural medicines along with their sources and as confirmed uses. Many other living organisms provide several useful drugs and medicines. The United Nations Development Program, that is UNDP, estimates the value of pharmaceutical products derived from third world plants, animals, and microbes to be more than 30 billion per year. Many of these yet unknown and untested, such as coral reefs that produce toxins to defend themselves, can find a particularly promising use in pharmaceutical drugs. Some of the plant species native to India, such as neem and tulsi, etc., also have potential medicinal applications. In India, for example, 3,000 plant species are still used as medicinal plants by more than 75% rural populations. Next value of the forest, that is the fuel value. Communities living near forests obtain firewood for subsistence and income generation. Firewood collected individually are not marketed but are directly consumed by tribal and local villagers and hence falls under the consumptive value. Use of firewood finds significant role in cottage industries for brick, pottery and bengal firing and fish smoking. In African and Asian countries where most of the people depend on firewood as their chief source of fuel, the neighboring forests and woodlands are important source of fuel wood. Till date, the highest use of wood is made as fuel.